Hi, my name is Bennett and I'm an IT consultant at Holisticon. In this video, I want to quickly demonstrate our GPT-powered Camunda 8 connectors. I will walk you through an example process to show how these connectors work and how you can integrate them into your own process. Afterwards, I will showcase this process in action with 1 or 2 runs. This example process is about customer service. It initiates with an email that we received, and our objective is to handle the customer's concern. Automating this task can be quite complex as we're dealing with unstructured data, which is the email's subject and body. But this is where we bring in our first connector from our portfolio, the data extraction connector. This connector requires a map of input variables and is tasked with extracting data. For this demonstration, our focus is the email body. We label this variable to provide the model with the right context, because sometimes the content of a variable isn't very explicit. This label helps set the appropriate expectations for the content. We then must supply an extraction schema, which is a blueprint of the desired output. We're looking to extract several fields of information, including the customer's first name, last name, and the language of the email body. For the language, we described that we expect the language in which the email body is written, and we want it to be represented as 2-letter code, not spelled out. If any data isn't found in the email, we choose to set the respective fields to null, and we can then map the result into a process variable and proceed. The next step involves another connector called the decision connector. Based on the email body and subject, we determine the customer's intention. This is a powerful feature, as we only need to describe the instructions of what kind of decision is expected and how the decision should be made. In this case, we want to decide the intention of the customer's email. We define that we want a string as output, and we can optionally supply a set of possible values. Here we are looking to classify the intentions into categories like whether the customer wants to cancel their subscription, change the subscription to a different level, for example, a general complaint, or express any other intention. Depending on the identified intention, the process then continues. And if it's a complaint, it's just ignored. In the other case, we use a second decision connector to determine if the email is spam, in which case it's also ignored. If it's not spam, we have a user task to handle the customer's concern. If the customer wants to cancel the subscription, we have a service task that can do exactly that, but it requires a subscription number. To obtain it, we use another extract connector. And if this data is missing, we decide to throw an error in this case, and we attach an error boundary event so that we can handle the case of an unspecified subscription number. To do that, the next connector type we employ is compose. This connector has the capability to compose free text. We configure it with an input context, define the style, tone, and the language, and the sender's name. And in this case, we configure the language that we detected from the customer's email earlier on. And the goal of the email is to request the customer's subscription number. As a result, we'll receive a generated text, which we can then send to the customer directly using the SendGrid connector. In the case of a subscription change, we have a user task to manage it. And based on the detected language, we translate the complete email, including subject, into English using our translate connector. So that's a quick overview of how our GPT-powered Camunda 8 connectors work in a customer service scenario. Let's see this in action. First, we have a German customer that wants to upgrade his subscription. And you can see that the language and the name has been detected, and that the intention is actually change subscription. And we can also see the reasoning behind the decision. Next up is a customer that has both a complaint and a wish to cancel his subscription. So let's see how this is handled. And you can see that the intention has been correctly identified as cancel, and a nice reply text is composed that you can see here in this email.